Any last-minute sign-ups?
I'd like to audition Miss Darbus.
I'll sing with her.
Troy Bolton is not in my show.
You're the team leader, not a singer.
Do you ever think maybe I could be both?
We're breaking free!
High School Musical, coming in January on Disney Channel.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Disney Reel-to-Reel, a deep, deep, deep delve into the Disney animated canon. I'm Wyatt, and if you were expecting us to treat today's movie like high art, maybe try finding another podcast, because this is not. We're here to treat children's animation like it's high art. Go somewhere else.
I am Rayleigh, and yeah, live-action Disney movies are not where we're gonna be the kindest.
No.
Now, is it entertaining? Yes.
Oh, yes.
But no in-depth look into how colors affect mood, or or like dissecting every segment of animation. Like
I feel like that it's worth exploring a few themes that the movie raises, but like
yes.
it's not like
it's not. It's literally a TV movie. Like
yeah. What was the budget? $4.2 million. So
oh boy.
So yeah, I'm sorry, millennials beware. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. But
before we get into today's movie, we have to ask our personal Disney question. What you got?
All right, so I came up with this one real quick. If you were in Zootopia, what animal would you be, and why?
Like, my instinctual answer is to pick an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Because of their memory, because of their hearing, because of their emotional capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, they've got a dump truck in the back. I don't know.
Valid. Honestly, valid.
But what about you?
Okay, so it's hard because obviously one of my favorite animals is the fox, but I don't think I'm a fox, you know? So I think I would be like an otter. Because I'm very lanky. I am a noodle. And I don't know, I feel like I could live a happy life as an otter.
I mean, I think an otter is one that I think the gays have taken. So
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right alongside bear. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And what's the other one? I think there's another one.
There are actually quite a few.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
there are quite a few animal queer coded animal terms.
Yeah. I think silver fox is kind of, it can go either way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
I mean, obviously you have cougar, but that's like
we leave cougars for the straight women.
It depends.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And on that note, let's talk about the 2006 Disney Channel original movie, High School Musical.
Childhood movie right here. 3 years old when this came out. I was 3 years old.
I was 6. And do you have any memories associated with the first few times you watched it, or is it just like a...
I mean, it was just kind of like a constant presence in my life. Because Disney Channel was like one of the few channels that like my parents would like let me watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I watched Cartoon Network, but like my parents were like pretty careful about like what I would watch. Like I never watched Nickelodeon ever until I got like a little bit older. And Cartoon Network was like the safer option. And then Disney Channel was like, okay, this is definitely going to be appropriate for a child. So I just, yeah, like I would watch it whenever it was on. And I don't know, it's the kind of movie that like it's so memeable. That like even before like the internet, like before I had access to the internet, I like was like memeing on that fucking movie. Like it has so many like quotes, and you know it's kind of stuck with me ever since like I first watched it.
I'm happy to say that I've had a similar experience.
So glad.
Yeah. Let's see. I actually think that I might have discovered the Disney Channel like the year prior to this coming out, because I was still in that range where like That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, Kim Possible, like those were like kind of on their way out.
Yeah.
And then we made way for the new era of the Hannahs, Montanas, the Sweet Lives of those fucking twins, and then the Wizards from that Waverly Place.
Which is wild because those three are like my big. Those were like the shows that I watched.
Yeah. I feel like High School Musical is like that bridge between the old and the new.
I feel like it is, honestly.
Yeah. But when I was younger, I remember like it was a movie that I wouldn't say that I loved it, but I remember that I was just so like swept up in it. I was like, what is going on? Like there's a story here, but like what is going on? I cannot articulate what is happening. And then as I've turned into an adult, I'm with you. I think it is, if there's any gift that the Disney Channel ever gave us, it's this meme of a movie.
It's High School Musical and Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior that are my top memeable Disney movies.
Yeah. And I just want to...
Which came out the same year, by the way. Wendy Wu
Yes,
also
did.
came out in 2006. It actually came out on my birthday.
Oh my god.
That's what I found out.
And just to put this in like context for me right now, I've been experiencing tension headaches for a little over a week. And it wasn't until this last Sunday that I was like, maybe I should double dose on that ibuprofen. Because I've been taking like one every 2 days, which I wasn't doing myself any favors. But let's just say like after after a pleasant work weekend, the Sunday evening, I popped High School Musical onto Disney Plus. I hadn't seen it in, let's say, maybe 10 years? Well, I mean, I've seen it all over the internet, but like I haven't taken the time to watch it.
You haven't like sat down and watched it, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I've laughed so hard in a long time.
It's a gift.
There were so many moments where I was just like, what the fuck?
There's a reason I only watch High School Musical like once a year.
Yeah.
And
Once a year?
Yeah, once a year. I watch it once a year. Because like I can't, you gotta like wait a certain amount of time before you watch it again to let the joy really like get you.
Yeah. And boy howdy did it.
And boy howdy. Honestly, it's one of the few like DCOMs that like is an actual comedy. Like,
and yet it's played totally straight.
Oh, it's played totally straight, and it works.
And like a lot of the adjectives that I've been finding in like critical reviews about it is about how like saccharine and sentimental and like schmaltzy it is.
What? Oh my god.
And I think there's only one scene where I thought they hit the landing.
Yeah.
The rest was just so ridiculous.
Yes, there are some like feel good themes in the movie, but
No, I mean like there were literally only 2 moments where I was like, okay, that was cute. I like that.
yeah.
The rest, yeah.
The rest of it is just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess because this is not a animated feature film, we are going to give a very general overview of the context behind this movie. So, it's a DCOM. It's directed by Kenny Ortega, who is most well known for directing the films Hocus Pocus. I think he was involved with Newsies as well.
Oh, interesting.
And he's also worked on the Descendants films for the Disney Channel.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. 2 of the campiest movies in the whole canon.
Yeah.
Stars Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens. It was really weird that in early promos for the movie, they referred to her as Vanessa Ann Hudgens. And I was like, was that like a personal choice, or was that like a... Were we just into...
I mean, was she like new to acting?
I did not check to see if that was her first project. No, it was not.
Okay,
Her feature film debut was in 13, which was released 3 years before High School Musical.
Yeah. I wonder if at that time that was like her like stage name, or like whatever, like the name that she, because like that is her full name.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
that's
that's just what she was credited as at that time, but then she like changed it to just be Vanessa Hudgens later.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that in the posters and the promo for 13, it does say that she's Vanessa Ann Hudgens.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so maybe it was also like just like a 2000s thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could just be a 2000s thing.
I don't know. We are not here to overachieve on this.
No.
No.
We're just here to talk about a movie that we like.
Right.
A movie that's funny.
It's quite funny. Filming occurred in 2 different high schools. There was East High, which is based in Utah.
Yep.
And there's Murray High School, which is also in Utah. They're both in Salt Lake City. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And then additional filming occurred in Los Angeles. Apparently, the pitch by the screenwriter Peter Barsacchini, excuse me, was that it was to be like this modern adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also intended to be a Grease reunion. Or, no, it was a Grease sequel, but it was meant to be a reunion for Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad that didn't happen.
I'm so glad it did not happen like that.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the result that we got.
Yes. It generated 7.7 million viewers in its premiere broadcast. And as of 2019, over 225 million viewers were calculated as having watched it. And its soundtrack was a big fucking deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think I actually owned the deluxe soundtrack.
That's kind of hilarious.
And I lost it God knows how many years ago, so, like, I don't know. I have deprived myself. I am not good with English, and that's my fucking degree. Like, so what is wrong with me? Anyway, but yeah, that's the big information. So how are we gonna go about talking about this?
Do we want to like give like an overview of the plot and talk about that?
Sure. Sure, we can do that.
I feel like
Do
that
you
might
want
be
to?
a good start, but jumping off point at least.
Yeah. So basically, we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. There are these
Weirdest
two.
setting, by the way. Like
Yeah,
that
it's
is
so
that is
fucking
such
weird.
a specific setting. But like they just mention it that like yeah, it's Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it's like what?
I I don't know. Maybe they've got like a good middle class family
Because like
shenanigans
usually
going
with
on.
like DCOMs, they like try to like keep the setting like just ambiguously American. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like they usually don't like if they give it like a town name, it's like Springville. You know, like it's like the most common name
Okie
ever.
Oaks.
Yeah, like but they're like, no, not this one. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I mean,
I just,
represent, I guess.
yeah, I guess. Hey, go New Mexico. You got High School Musical set there.
But then again, you're filmed in
Yeah,
Utah,
but it's
so
filmed
like,
in Utah, so it's like, okay.
okay. Basically, what happens is there's these two high school juniors. I did not know that.
Yes, they are
Um,
juniors.
we got Troy Bolton, played by Zac Efron, and Gabriela Montez, played by Vanessa Ann Hudgens. They meet at a New Year's Eve party doing karaoke, and they are instantly in love. And then they go to the same high school, and they want to be part of the drama department. They want to be part of the spring musicale called Twinkle Towne.
Yes.
But it turns out we got a pair of siblings, Sharpay and Ryan Evans, who are played by Ashley Tisdale and Lucas Grabeel, and they are like the drama darlings. They don't want anyone to steal their spotlight. And then we got Corbin Blue as Troy's friend Chad, a basketball player, who's like, "Hey, dude, maybe don't be part of the musical because then you'll be branded as gay."
But also, what is it, like nationals or regionals?
Yeah,
Are
yes,
like
yes,
on the
yes.
same day as like the audition?
As well as Gabriella's Scholastic Decathlon.
Yes.
Oh, I totally forgot we had to explain what a decathlon was in our
Yeah.
earlier episodes.
We had to explain the decathlon.
It was really important.
Basically, something that geeky high schoolers do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she says that I don't want to be the school's freaky genius girl anymore.
Yeah, because like she's like a new student, right? Because she moved from somewhere else.
She's a transfer, yeah.
Yeah, transfer student. So she's like, I don't want to be the smartest one here. Oh my god, get a fucking life, Briella.
Oh my god. Anyway, and then through some trials and tribulations, Troy and Gabriella make their way to the callbacks, with the help of their school pianist named Kelsey, and I totally forgot about his dad.
Oh yes, the basketball coach is
Yeah.
Troy Bolton's father.
Mm-hmm.
And he is also very against Troy joining the musical. I mean, it's literally like it's like the most ham-fisted thing to ever exist. Of like the dad like not wanting him to do anything except basketball. And it's
I
like,
mean, he's doing slightly better than Corbin Blue because he doesn't walk around everywhere with a basketball in his hand.
that's very true. But he is also like I mean, he's a DCOM dad. What do you expect?
I would go so far as to say he might be the DCOM dad.
He is the DCOM dad. Honestly, yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Like, I would probably smash Coach Bolton.
I don't know. I feel like he might call me a slur.
I can see that. I can see that.
I'm all
Did
for
you watch the
dilfs,
Dream Sounds video too?
but- the dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sad she's gone. But gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Actually, I might leave her videos on this subject in our show notes because I think she did a way better job of explaining this than we ever will.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. But then let's see what Oh, we forgot that their friends try to keep Troy and Gabriella apart, but they decide to rekindle things. We'll get to that.
Yes.
But then
And I mean, like,
they
also, I have to say, the way that they, like, keep them away from each other is so scummy. Like,
it's so scummy. I know. We'll get to
they're
that.
they're terrible people.
Yeah, we know. We know. But then they right their wrongs. They're like, Troy, you can be in the musical and we won't think you're gay. So she's like, thanks, guys. And then they sing Breaking Free.
Yes.
And then they break down all the barriers of cliques and stereotyping.
At least until the sequel.
At least until the sequel. They're like, oh, we're diverse at East High, but as soon as summer vacation comes in, we're back to our old selves.
Absolutely.
And then they have a dance in the gymnasium, and that's the end of the movie.
I mean, it's very easy to summarize this plot, but like
The nuances are what
the
make it
nuance,
hilarious.
yes, because there's a lot that happens.
Yeah.
And a lot of words that are spoken.
Yeah.
That make this like one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah. Like, I was trying to think, like, what makes this so different from the animated films that we're talking about? And I wonder if it's, like, the animated films, it's like the sum of its parts are as great as its whole in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Ralph Breaks the Internet. But with High School Musical, it's like the sum of its parts are greater than its whole. And it's like... I just love the little things that make it tick.
Mm-hmm.
But as a whole, it's boring. So
yeah.
I guess to go further, I made a list of things because that's proper media criticism. You make lists of things. But I phrased them all under the question of, why don't I love High School Musical? Like, unironically love it.
Yeah.
And I have a list of negative elements and positive assets.
Okay.
So, should we get the bad stuff out of the way first, or the positives? Should it be like a compliment sandwich? Like what?
I'm always a bad news first person.
Okay.
We were already like pretty nice to it going up, so we already have a sandwich going.
Okay.
So
great.
we can do the bad and then we can get to the good again.
Okay. Okay. Great. So, I think I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 things listed.
Epic.
Okay. First one. Deliberate, minimal gay representation.
Yeah.
And it's because it's a movie made in 2005, 2006, where the culture is still being like, kids are going around saying like, oh, that's so gay, or like,
Yeah, like gay was the punchline.
Yeah, it was the joke.
So that's that was culture at the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we have Ryan Evans, who he is more of a doormat in this movie.
Yeah.
And I guess it's better for him to be a doormat than for him to be a punchline.
Yeah. I would much rather him be a non-character than to be a character that is constantly ridiculed.
Yeah. But it's like near the end, it's like once he goes against Sharpay, then he's like cool with most everyone else.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's also the undercurrent of like, I mean it as a joke, but it's kind of an undercurrent where Troy is interested in musical theater and everyone's freaking out because they're like, oh no, the star basketball player is a homo. And it's just like, no, you can be straight and still be able to like practice self-expression and stuff. Do you ever think that maybe I could do both?
Oh,
Also, one of my favorite out of context lines. What the heck are those two doing up in a tree?
that one's good.
It's...
That one's good.
Oh man. Any other thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's pretty easy to summarize. You know, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, like, I think as the series went on, Gabriel wanted Ryan to come out as gay,
Mm-hmm.
and Kenny would have been cool with it, but Disney was like, "We're not ready for that," because
Yeah.
So yeah. This next one is more just like a broad situation. This is a G-rated caricature of high school drama for kids.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like as someone who lived through high school,
Same.
and that's the good outcome, living through high school. Yeah, this is not accurate at all.
No. And I'm not even talking about, like, I can suspend disbelief and be like, okay, these kids are singing and dancing in a cafeteria, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, like, would the drama director turn down a soprano for a musical?
Literally, no.
She's like, oh, how nice of you to sing the note that is not heard in the natural world. And
I just, like... Also, the, like... Clicks are a thing. They are.
Mhm.
But they're not like this.
No.
I
just like to think of it as, like, everyone is, like, closeted.
Honestly, that's my headcanon.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is the most repressed high school I've ever seen.
It's so repressed. Like at least everybody is bisexual.
Even the fucking oh fuck, who is it? Oh, I don't think it's a primary character. I'm thinking of fuck. Especially the pirouette guy.
Oh, yeah.
That made me laugh hysterically. That was my favorite moment of the entire movie.
Oh my god, wait. I was looking through like some quotes from High School Musical to see if I could find like my favorite one. And I found the context for the what are those two doing in a tree? The response to that is, it's called Crime and Punishment, Bolton. Besides, proximity to the arts is cleansing for the soul.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I actually think that one went through me because I was so focused on his line.
Yeah. It's cause Coach Bolton like basically was like, where's my basketball team?
Yeah. But what the heck are those two doing in a tree?
What the heck are those two in a tree?
Also, to add to the G-rated thing, there is not one emo kid at the school.
Which is insane.
It's bonkers. The closest we get are the skater kids.
There's always at least one.
Yeah.
Like, one person who is, like, full goth every day.
Or like those... Do you remember the scene hairstyles?
Or, like, scene kids, yeah.
My God. Where were they?
Yeah, especially since this was, like, the 2000s. There should have been a shit ton of scene kids everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think the closest we got was that there were a lot of overweight extras. Which, it made me feel weird because it's like, oh, if you increase the budget on a DCOM, do the chubby folk disappear?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows, but okay. Yeah. All right, next point. Rose-colored outlook on adolescence.
Yeah.
Like, it's the fact that these kids... I feel like Troy and Gabriella, they kind of act like teenagers, but, like, everyone else is a fucking caricature.
Yeah, like, I can buy Troy and Gabriella being, like, awkward teenagers. I can buy that. Everyone else is, like, so cartoonishly over the top
Yeah.
that it's like, I'm not watching real people right now.
Call back! Ah! Another meme moment.
Like, the fact that someone said, "Behold, lunkhead basketball man," that's not a real sentence somebody would say. No one talks like that.
Nobody would ever use lunkhead basketball man in a description of evolution.
Literally. Never.
The human man has evolved from primate to Neanderthal to lunkhead basketball man. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I should have done a bit more research on some of these things because we're just breezing right through them.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's fine. Yeah, I just... Nobody's real.
Nobody's real. Next point. There are some rough acting performances.
That's putting it softly.
Softly. My favorite moment of bad acting was when Kelsey, I think she's played by Alyssa Brolin.
Yeah.
She is picking up her sheet music from the piano. She's about to walk away from her bench, and she just dramatically just flips all the pages up into the air and falls. And she just starts like mildly like just picking them back up and putting them back in her binder. I was like, yep, that's TV acting.
The moment that gets me the most is when they're showing whenever Gabriella is the smart kid.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where it's like, this should be 16 over pi. And then like the chem teacher is like, what was that? And Gabriella's like, the second equation, shouldn't it read like 16 over pi? And she's like, that's impossible. I stand corrected. And it's like...
She's not like other girls.
I watched that whole scene and I'm like getting like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Cause like it's not even that like she's like it's not like the fact that she's like correcting the teacher. It's the whole like, oh, I'm sorry, shouldn't it be like, oh my god.
I was just thinking that maybe like
it's, oh god, I hate acting choices like that so much.
I don't even know if that's just an acting thing. I think it's also
Could
a
just
script
be
problem.
just a script problem, yeah. But like it's, yeah, I just, oh, can't do it.
I'm trying to. There's the guy that I'm thinking of, but I don't know his name. Had a bad acting performance. He was one of Troy's friends. He was there to help Kelsey get her fucking bowler hat off and let her hair down and put that basketball right through the hoop.
Oh
First try. I don't know his name, but that guy.
I'm looking at the cast right now.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to think. Corbin Bleu was the youngest member of the cast at age 16, so I think anyone else that I highlight, it's fine if I say they were like cute. I think his name is.
Was it Zeke or no?
No, I think his name is Jason.
Oh, okay, Ryan Sanborn.
Yes, him.
Sanborn, yeah.
He was kind of cute.
Yeah.
But in like a 2000s way.
I forgot the principal was named Principal Matsui.
Yeah. I think that was the real principal of East High. They got him in on it.
That's so funny if that's true.
No, I'm sorry. Fuck.
No, he's an actor.
He's an actor. Oh my god.
He was also in The Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh, well then
High
fuck
School
me.
Musical Part 3. And Con Air.
Look at you getting the information.
Was also in Rising Sun from 1993.
Y'all have heard of that, right?
You've heard of Rising Sun from 1993. Joey Miyashima, who was Principal Matsui, was young Japanese negotiator in Rising Sun from 1993. In Con Air, he was tech guy.
Thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, IMDb. Oh, since I am looking at the the cast list, in case anybody was unaware, Zac Efron in fact did not sing,
No, he did not.
and the true voice of Troy Bolton, the singing voice, is Drew Seeley.
Yes.
He is the
I've-
one who's saying the actual numbers.
Yes. I've gone ahead and recorded an episode about High School Musical, the concert, with a very special guest that you guys will be hearing in a couple weeks. And Drew Seeley took Zac Efron's place on that nationwide tour.
As he should.
I don't know about that. He was also in Another Cinderella Story with Selena Gomez.
Oh.
And it is weird because their age gap is intense. But in the concert, my guest and I agreed that he gave off like youth pastor vibes. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I guess the only other person I want to highlight, they didn't give a bad performance, but I just wanted to highlight because there's a really interesting fact about them, meaningful to us. Chris Warren Jr., who plays Zeke,
Yes.
he was actually born in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hoosier.
And I thought it was pretty cute. So it was an improvement in the third movie. He was part of the I Want It All musical number, the song.
Yeah.
And he was part of that tiki bar setup during that montage.
Yeah.
And he had some great abs.
Okay, now I recognize him. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Are we doing good? Is this like
I feel like this is like the most like conversation heavy video.
Yeah,
It's not like we have like an outline. We are discussing this movie.
I know, but it's like, are we having fun?
I'm having fun.
Okay. That's all that matters.
Okay. I'm sorry if you're not.
No, I was like, Sunday night, I was totally prepared to record for this. And something happened, I guess. I don't know.
Something happened. I don't know. I woke up at like 7:30 a.m. this morning. So I'm
I'm sorry, I'm watching the pirouette guy again. I just need to watch that a few more times and then I get a quick high.
yeah, then you'll be good.
It's hard to believe that I could not see. You were always there beside me. And then Ryan's so fucking moved by it. Oh my god. You know what? I think the reason why is because it's more fun to watch it than to talk about it.
Yeah.
I
Honestly, watching it and then talking about it like during and immediately after is like the best way to
yeah.
enjoy High School Musical.
Yeah. So I probably should have held out a few more days.
Watched it this morning.
And then he's hiding behind a mop bucket.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you hiding behind a mop bucket? Fucking weirdo. Anyway. Speaking of which, next point. Befuddling script. John Barsaccini. What happened?
How did the word lunkhead enter that script, dude? How? I feel like, okay, this script is like the most like prime example of an older person trying to guess how younger people talk.
Exactly.
And it's just wrong. It's so it's wrong in a way that's like it's not cringe inducing because cringe is dead. But it's strange. And
Is it
I don't
strange
know.
as in like a fever dream, or is it just like strange as in like you've misrepresented your age group?
It might be a little bit of both.
Like this is kind of a fever dream. So
yeah,
like
it is kind of a fever dream of a movie. But also like the fact that like I don't just miss the mark so hard. Like holy shit, man. I don't know how you.
it just makes I think the most interesting thing about this movie to me is its place in the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Like 2006 was such a big fucking year for teenage girls and pop culture.
Yeah.
Like you had this movie, I think Taylor Swift's debut album dropped that
Yeah.
year. You had Hannah Montana, you had like the emo girlies jamming out to Panic and My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy. And I think about that because that demographic is kind of still dominating the media that we are consuming today.
I would say so, yeah. Teenage girls they're the demographic. So yeah, it's almost strange how popular High School Musical became with its strange facsimile. Is that the word I'm looking for? Strange dialogue.
Facsimile of American youth.
Yeah, like the strange facsimile of youth at that time.
Yeah.
Because like that's not how teens were at that time.
No. That's how they were like at that time. That would have been like 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the 1940s. And actually,
Yeah.
You know what? What I thought, I had this idea like on Sunday, so I was like, oh, it's probably too late to bring this up to you. But what could have made our discussion a bit more interesting is that it's like comparing and contrasting this movie with like another older teen movie.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking specifically of there's a Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney movie called Strike Up the Band.
Uh-huh.
It's about these two high school age kids who are trying to get a spot on a huge band leader's like radio show or whatever. And it's so unrealistic. It is so saccharine. It is so
Yeah.
like it is. I was thinking about that the entire time I was watching High School Musical, and I was like, we're kind of simps for the 1940s. So I was
Well,
like,
I mean, you mentioned that this was supposed to be like a like almost like a Grease thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was almost going to be that. That makes so much more sense, like, because yeah, this movie is it feels like I'm watching some kind of 40s 50s teen movie, but it's set in the early 2000s,
Yes. The mid 2000s.
the mid 2000s.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it came out in 2006,
January.
so it would have been in production in 2004, 2005, depending on how long production took.
I mean, on a $4 million budget, I think it probably took a year.
Yeah. So I mean, early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, for sure.
Present day at that time.
Time is a concept.
It's a fickle thing. So I almost lost my whole point. But yeah, it's this old style of movie in the modern quotation marks age.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you you saying that just kind of like brought that up. I was like, yeah, that makes it make way more sense.
Yeah.
That's why it's so weird, because it's like a style of movie that was like out of date even for then.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, Kenny Ortega, I think he is a fan of like old movie musicals and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I don't blame him.
No, no.
I never really realized it before you said that. I was like, yeah, this does feel like I feel like they're about to start like snapping and shit and
Yeah.
have like a gang war.
Like it's West Side Story.
Yeah, it's like it's full West Side Story.
It struck up the band. It's West Side Story. It's Grease. It's
It's
fill in the blank.
everything.
Oh my god, and then when she does the fucking callback scream, but then it does that zoom out and everyone is just looking back towards the school.
Yes.
It's a fucking meme.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god. So should we have watched another movie with this? I guess that's what I'm getting down to.
Honestly, I think this is a good lesson for next time. It might be good to like compare two movies rather than just talk straight up about one.
Yeah, because I don't this is a really weird thing. I thought this would like produce a lot of conversation. But am I tripping on drugs right now? Like what is happening? So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Or we can just cover an influential movie of this type next week or in 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
This is strange.
Well, we're figuring it out.
We're figuring it out.
This is kind of a trial and error kind of thing. So
Yeah. But then I guess we can go ahead and move to my next point in the negative elements category, which is the song "When There Was Me and You."
ugh.
This is the fucking memest song I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The fact that she has lines like, "I know you're not a fairy tale, and dreams were made for sleeping." And then when she tries to do the wish upon a star line, she crouches down and points directly up at the ceiling.
Honestly, one of my like biggest like things that I hate is people who like mime the lyrics while they sing. I hate that so much.
She's not a good lip syncer.
Yeah. I hate whenever that happens. I hated it. I also hated it because the main actor in Dear Evan Hansen does that.
Ben
And
Platt.
it drives me crazy. I hate it. I find it so stupid looking.
Yep.
Especially when I'm supposed to, like, suspend my disbelief.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you, like, hand acting every lyric as you go?
Yeah, I think Zac Efron was the worst.
Oh yeah, Zac Efron's really bad about it.
Especially at the start of something new.
Yeah. So, like, it makes the whole thing unbearable to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can hear what you're singing. I don't need you to make little hand signs. Stop throwing gang signs at me while you sing.
Another memeable thing in 2006, I think. White chicks and gang signs.
Yep.
Because that's the culture.
Yeah, it wasn't the culture.
Oh, God. Next point. Final point. Vanessa Hudgens. I'm going back to our traditional 1940s, 50s high school teen movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
I strongly believe that if you took Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Zac Efron, and Vanessa Hudgens, and you made them swap partners, we would have an indisputably good and bad kind of movie. Vanessa deserves Mickey, Zac deserves Judy.
Oh my god.
So maybe that's why people remember them, is because they bring out each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. Because she's just like this. I think this is her second feature film.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
again,
I gotta give her credit because, like, she was like this isn't her only second feature film, so like it's not like she has a ton of experience under her.
no.
But also you can tell it's only her second feature film.
Yeah, I think it's just a direction problem.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
think she was directed well. I
No.
dare say that I don't think anybody was really directed well.
I think Ashley Tisdale was directed pretty well.
I mean, but Sharpay is just Ashley Tisdale.
I know.
And I think Ashley just had like a really good
And she had the
handle.
experience.
Yeah, she had the experience and she just knew her character.
Yeah.
So she was
In fact,
able
she
to
knew
play
her
it
she
that
knew her
well.
so well that she and Lucas had like a really dodgy professional relationship because he was such a control freak.
Yeah.
And he was like not into it, but once they knew that that's what the casting directors and Kenny and everyone wanted, he got cool with it.
Yeah.
But it was rough in the beginning.
Yeah. But like everyone else, I feel like I don't
Also, is she
wanna...
wearing extensions?
She might be. I don't know.
Because there's something about her hair in the stick to the status quo scene where I'm like, she might be wearing a mini wig on top of her hair.
Sometimes it looks like she's wearing a wig.
Yeah.
It really does.
But anyway.
I mean, but what I was saying was like, I don't want to say it was like juvenile direction, but it was definitely like
mild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like probably a lot of these actors weren't the most experienced.
No.
Or if they were, then they weren't used to like not being directed, so
Maybe. I don't know. But this film sparked so many careers. So
it did.
Like we wouldn't have Zac Efron any other way, I think.
Who knows? I don't want to live in that alternate universe where there was no High School Musical.
I don't know. What would that be like?
A world with no High School Musical.
That's the only difference.
We wouldn't have Get Your Head in the Game.
Oh no.
And we wouldn't have any Sharpay.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. Oh. Sorry, Ashley. I don't know.
Mostly, I would be sad because there would be no High School Musical 2. And
I will
that's the
say
better one.
It's probably the better one, but I've heard so many people like throw shade at it.
That's because they have no taste. High School Musical 2 is the superior of the three the three films, in my opinion.
The three pills.
Films.
Pills.
Films.
Pills.
Films.
Banning. Panning. Yeah, I will say the second one, I feel comfortable saying this because everyone was of age. It's definitely the horniest of the three.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think as I was getting into puberty, I think that's why I was like, yeah.
Also, Ryan and Chad had something going on.
They swapped uniforms.
There was something happening.
Oh my god, I'm sharing too much, I think. Let's see. Okay, positive points. Positive points. We finally made it to the positive points.
We're an hour in. We made it to the positive points.
Jesus. Breaking free.
Yes. We're soaring, flying.
We're breaking free.
There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
This is the one scene that I felt that everyone was being completely earnest.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was cute.
It's a good scene.
Yeah. Like, there wasn't anything too over the top, except her outfit.
Her outfit, yeah.
It was like librarian almost.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it because that's how I dress now.
Oh my
Because
god.
I'm a library assistant, so I'm kind of required to.
Let me get another look at it. See if there's anything.
Let me just make
Hold
sure
on.
I'm remembering it right.
Yeah. She's got the pink shirt with the rolls on the sleeves. Scrunched up. They're scrunched up a little bit. Then she's got the floral skirt.
That's not
Floral-
librarian. I think you're mistaken.
All right, be the fashion expert. Tell me what it would be.
It's giving. Okay. It's giving 50s popular girl.
I can see it. I can see it. Particularly with the hair.
With the hair, and the pink shirt.
The ribbon.
The ribbon. It's giving 50s popular girl.
Yeah. All she's missing is to turn the back of her hair into like a really big ponytail.
Yeah.
But then she'd be pulling off Ariana Grande before Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Okay, the next
I don't
point
know where your brain's going.
I am simultaneously watching the movie, and it's like I'm just not getting any vibes unless I'm actively like paying attention to it.
Oh no.
It's a surreal feeling. Then we already talked about the literal gold mine of memeable content.
Yes.
What are some other notable moments?
Whenever they're singing Status Quo,
Mm-hmm.
that whole number is kind of like a it's got something in it.
It's something in it. I was literally tempted to open the episode with like a riff on that
On
song.
Status Quo.
Yeah, because I was about to be like, I was wanting to be like, hey Wyatt, I'm like a Disney podcaster, but I've got this secret that I've been keeping inside for so long, and I wanted you to be my chorus, being like, open up, dig way down deep, and then I'd be like, I actually like writing bara about Steve Rogers and Clark Kent, and when they're sucking the out of the, and then he him up the, not another word.
Oh my god.
But I thought that would be too elaborate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because, I mean, in that song, there's the classic, like, I play the cello. And then, oh my god, wait, is that where the exchange happens where it's like, what is it? And then, like, he, like, mimes playing the cello, and it's like, so it's like a saw?
And then she wants to pop and lock and jam and break, and they're like, is that even legal?
Status Quo is just special.
It's a special scene. All right, next point.
Next point.
Next point. We already talked about Tisdale and Graybeale. I think my final point that we haven't devoted a whole lot of time to is get your head in the game.
Gotta get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game.
I remember that they kept talking that scene up because of how, like, intense the choreography is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it's more about a cinematography kind of thing that makes it more dynamic.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, speaking from, like, experience, trying to choreograph a number is hard enough. Choreographing with a camera in mind?
And with an inanimate object?
Yeah,
like a basketball?
with multiple inanimate objects. Because, yeah, you have multiple basketballs going. That makes it insane.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, like, things that could go wrong. There's so many things, like, a basketball could go flying. Someone could trip. Someone can, like, one person forgets their place and suddenly the whole shot's ruined. It makes it infinitely harder.
Yeah.
So there would have been a lot that went into get your head in the game.
Yeah. I was like, if there's one thing that this movie deserves to, like, have a feather in its cap, it's that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the right phrase?
I don't know.
I don't know words.
High School Musical gets brownie points.
Yes.
Get your head in the game.
Yes.
Because that would have been insanely hard to do. And I mean they nailed it.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to know how many shots, like how many takes that would have taken.
Yeah. And I should have checked up how many shooting days they had as well.
Mm-hmm.
According to IMDb, they say it took 24 days to film this movie.
Ah, okay, so not even a month.
I don't know if that's accurate, but I don't care enough about it to question it.
I mean, that feels like a really short time.
Yeah.
I don't know, even movies that only take place in, like, one location, they take, like, over a month.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh well. Yeah. Any other points to raise? I'm coming off like I'm so bored. I'm.
I mean, I feel like we touched on quite a few things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a person who likes this movie, but I can recognize its flaws.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to talk about them and discuss them. But I still enjoy this movie. It's a piece of my childhood. I got big nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
So, I watch it and I get a good laugh, and that's my time.
It's what kind of movie would you specify it as? Is it like a guilty pleasure? Is it like a go-to like sick movie? Is it like a
I mean, like, it's not like a guilty pleasure because I'm not guilty about enjoying it. I unironically enjoy it, but I also ironically enjoy it. And like I said, I watch it like once a year. So
Yeah.
uh,
Just like last week's movie, I think that might be the best way for me to watch it again.
just just once a year.
No, with you.
Oh,
so
with
that we
you,
can
yeah, so we can talk about it. Yeah, that's honestly the best the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would describe this movie. It's best when watched in groups.
Yes, I
It's
think so.
definitely a group movie.
Yeah.
Because it's
you
much
feel weird if you're watching it by yourself.
yeah, it's a lot better when you have a group of people to sit with you and make fun of it with you.
Yes.
It makes it way more fun.
And I think that's the ingredient that I missed.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I'm totally fine with not watching this for like another year, 2 years.
Mhm.
But I had a good time, so.
Mhm. And that's what
Um,
matters.
That's what matters, bro. That's what
That's what today's lesson is.
today's lesson is. Yes.
As long as you have fun.
Yeah. And just be like, Zac Efron, what a twink.
Yeah, he was a twink at that point.
Yeah. That haircut, it's weird. Like, it's a bowl cut, but it's like structured differently.
I basically have like the Troy Bolton cut right now.
You love this movie so much. You're so dedicated that you
I
got
mean,
the Zac
okay.
Efron bowl cut.
I don't have it right now. My hair's too long, but I did while I was growing my hair. Like, I'm growing my hair out right now,
Okay.
and whenever it like yeah, I kind of had that going on. I have a longer Troy Bolton Troy Bolton haircut going on. So
It's the sequel. You're giving that right now.
well, the sequel he cut it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He had like a more normal hairstyle in the sequel.
Yeah. That was like half a year after the first one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I'm literally looking at the bet on it sequence right now to look at his haircut. Yeah, he had it cut.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad he's doing okay.
Yeah.
I think that sums up all of our thoughts on High School Musical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we do our final question, or does this movie not quite hit the mark?
I don't think this hits the mark.
Okay.
Unless you want to open the question up to how it affected DCOMs in the future, which I don't think you do.
I will definitely say it set a new precedent.
It did.
And every film that has hit the trends the way this did is clearly, like, it owes a debt to High School Musical.
I feel like this movie, I don't know, I feel like it's better watching it now than it was at the time. If only because, like, people like memes more.
You like memes? Boy, do I have a movie for you.
I would, okay, first of all, for that situation, I'd be like High School Musical 2. But I have to show High School Musical 1 first, so they understand High School Musical 2.
You have to put the memes in context.
Mm-hmm. I'm like,
Alright.
here's what came first.
That's a very responsible outlook on it.
Yeah.
I actually admire that. So, because I'd be like, who gives a shit? None of this matters. Watch the second one.
Nah, I'm like, look, you have to understand where we came from. And then it came Bet on It. And then came I Don't Dance.
And then came, what's the fucking song in the third one? It's not I Want It All. I think I'm thinking of Scream.
Oh god, I forgot about The Boys Are Back.
Oh my god.
That's another good one.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Scream is performed by Zac Efron.
Yep.
Troy Bolton, yeah. I think that's it.
All right.
Why does Lucas Graybeard look the same?
He's got the Paul Rudd syndrome.
Yeah.
He never ages. But
He
gets
looks
older.
the exact fucking same.
Yeah. I'd say that maybe he's now a bit more overweight, but or are you talking like the distance between like the first movie and the third one?
No, I mean like he still looks good. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no question about that. But like,
I mean, he's gained a little bit of weight, but he's not overweight. I don't think.
yeah, I'm one to talk. I'm like 200 pounds, all fat, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that concludes this chapter on Disney Reel to Reel. T for Troy.
That's you for Troy. Hope you guys enjoyed our little romp
Our
through
little
High
romp.
School Musical.
Yeah, what path do we take next? I guess maybe because you raised the question at the beginning of the episode, we can take a trip on down to Zootopia.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Have our fucking what's her name? Gazelle?
The one that Shakira played.
Yep. And her sexy tiger backup dancer.
Yes.
Oh my god. Until then, y'all can reach out to us at disneyreeltoreel@gmail.com or on Instagram at disreeltoreelpodcast.
You can also reach us at disreeltoreel.tumblr.com.
Wonderful. All right, so until next time, I guess this might be the start of something new, something better. I don't know. I'm open-minded. So.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's kind of the catchphrase right now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And have a magical day.
Bye-bye.
Save me, queen. Save me, mommy. 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 Save me. Queen of everything. Queen of pussy popping. Mommy. Yes, honey. Remind ya, I'm kinda wet. Run it down my vagina. Wet. Run it down my vagina. Wet. Run it down my vagina. Remind ya, I'm kinda wet. Run it down my vagina. Wet, run it down my vagina. Wet, run it down my vagina. Slurp that dick till it come. Slurp that dick till it come. Slurp that dick till it come. Smack my ass like a drum. Slurp that dick till it come. Suck that dick till it come. Slurp that dick till it come. Smack my ass like a drum. Dick come.